Hello, everyone. Welcome back. If you are a returning subscriber, if you are new, welcome to you. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, you allow me to take messages that may be important for you as well. For those of you who don't know me, my name is LightWorker. I do have a free YouTube channel. I do post monthly predictions using the tarot cards, psychic tarot readings for each and every month for every sign of the zodiac. I also do every mid-month I do a live Akashic reading for each and every sign of the zodiac. And every Sunday for a while now, I try to live stream to do something special for my audience. I will scroll between two different screens so that I can see your chat. So give me one moment. I'm just going to switch back and forth to different screens because I need to see the chat. Okay. Yes, I do see people in the chat already. Small wired flowers. Sandra, Lourdes, Geraldine, Maria. Hello to everybody. Robin. Okay. So today I decided that maybe I want to do a reading on reincarnation. So if you have any questions about reincarnation, please do write them down. I will open the Akashic records to see what they will tell me about that. Of course, I prepared for this. I did open the Akashic records prior to this live streaming. I wrote down some of the information that they gave me. And of course, at the very end, after we get some questions answered about reincarnation, how does it work, then we are going to be doing a live meditation together. For those of you who are not familiar with me, please do visit my website, www.lightworker.com. You are going to find all of my information linked down here below in the show more description box. For those of you who are interested to know more about September 2018 predictions, besides the free YouTube videos, I also do have them uploaded on Vimeo. For those of you who are interested for download and purchase, the link is down here below. Also, when you visit my Vimeo channel, please remember to follow me on Vimeo as well. So this way you will be notified immediately when I upload special videos. So when you visit my Vimeo channel, take a look also at the special videos that I made about the eclipse season. We had eclipses happening in July and August 2018, and these eclipses are still influencing us for the next 12 months of our life. And if you're interested to know particularly about your zodiac sign, how is it influencing you, your sun, rising sign, your moon sign, please click in the link down here below. If you like to schedule a private consultation with me, because obviously this is a general reading, if you need your own personal consultation with me, please visit my website, www.lightworker.com. Take a look at the services that I provide. Click on the services, and you're going to get an explanation of each and every service, and you're going to also get what information I may need for you, because I do provide a variety of services. For example, if you need to schedule an Akashic reading, I need to have your current legal name, exactly as your legal name appears on your driver's license or on your passport. And if you happen to have a nickname that you very, very strongly associate with, I also need to know that. For example, if you're scheduling a face reading with me, when you click on the services, in the description of it, you're going to see specifically what kind of pictures I need from you, because a face reading is done by pictures. Basically, I need to have your pictures because also on my computer, I can make the pictures bigger. I'm looking for little details and I'm looking for things that are very, very specific. A face reading, for example, is not a psychic reading. Anyone can learn how to do a face reading. Face reading is actually very scientific, it's very precise. The scientific name of it is known as physiognomy. Okay, or for example, if you need a birthday reading, also known as a 9-star key reading, you need to provide your birthday in a specific format. You need to spell out the month that you are born, followed by the date, followed by the year. I also do provide Reiki healing, Tong Ren healing, personal energy clearing. The personal energy clearing that I offer is based on Chinese medicine, is based on the 5 elements for you who are familiar with Chinese medicine. So do take a look at the services that I provide. Of course, I do psychic tarot readings and I do offer services. Some services, for example, tarot reading, you can schedule for 30 minutes or for 60 minutes. So 30 minutes tarot reading or an Akashic reading is the same price, $55. If you like to schedule like a full session or a full hour of tarot reading is $85. If you like to schedule a full hour of an Akashic reading is $110. So on and so forth. So the prices, the information, the services, you are going to find that on my website, www.amalightworker.com. Again, all of that information is linked down here below. And for those of you who are interested, I did create a VIP coaching program. What the VIP coaching program offers for those of you who are interested is a 12 weeks long coaching program. So it's 3 months. You will have access to each and every service that I provide as listed on my website. You are also going to have access to other services that are not necessarily listed on my website. My bachelor's degree is in nutrition and dietetics from Westchester University of Pennsylvania. So you may have access to that. You may have access to meditation, mediumship, other services that are not necessarily listed on my website. And we're going to have a preliminary session. We're going to decide what are your needs. How would you like to use this package? I will teach you, train you, or coach you where is appropriate. Maybe some of you want to use the package to learn how to read the tarot card or other types of readings, okay? So we're going to determine that at the preliminary session. So this will be tailored and personalized to you and your needs. And of course, is directed by the Akashic Records. I will also ask the Akashic Records, what is the best way for you to use this package? So we're going to determine what service will take place the first week, what service takes place the second week, the third week, so on and so forth. Besides the times scheduled that we're going to schedule each and every week together. So it's going to be on a specific day, a specific time each week. You are also going to have access to me just in case maybe you're dealing with an emergency situation and maybe you need like an emergency reading or an emergency healing. That will be included in the package. And at the very end, we're going to have a post evaluation session. The value of the VIP package, the 12 weeks coaching program, is $1,000. And if you take a look at my prices, basically like a full hour, 60 minutes, it's around $100. Whatever, it doesn't matter what service you choose, it's approximately, give it or take, $100, a little bit less or a little bit more. So basically you're going to have 12 hours each and every week with me. Instead of paying individually for the services, which is much more expensive, you get to have this package that will be personalized to you. You may not necessarily find the information about the VIP package posted on my website just yet. Therefore, do reach out to me personally. Email me directly at amalightworker@gmail.com. For those of you who are interested, maybe you have a question about the VIP package, or maybe you are ready to place a payment and to sign up for the VIP package. Whatever questions you have about it or other services, please do email me. And again, if you like to schedule to book a session with me, choose a service of your liking from my website, www.amalightworker.com. Place a payment. After you place a payment, please email me so we can schedule. When you email me, let me know that you placed the payment. Give me like a tracking number, so this way I'm able to track your order that you placed. Please provide your availability in East Time Zone. I am located in Boston, Massachusetts, United States. So, refer to Boston Time Zone or East Time Zone when you email me your availability. Usually I book most people within 4 to 7 days of you placing a payment. Of course, you need to provide your contact information. If you are located inside United States or inside Canada area, please provide your phone number. If you happen to be located outside United States or Canada area, please provide either your Skype name, your WhatsApp number. You may provide your Facebook Messenger. We can use Zoom ID, so we will figure it out. There's so many different ways now for us to connect free wherever you are located in the world. And of course, based on the service that you choose, read the description and you will have an idea as to what information I need from you. So to do an Akashic reading, always remember that in order for me to do a reading, I need to have your full legal name. Okay, give me 1 second. Just need to get some water. Okay, so if you do have any questions about reincarnation, please get ready to type it. For me, I will open the records and together we will take a look at what the records will tell us about that. Okay, of course, if you don't have questions, I'm going to come up with questions, but it would be best because that's the purpose of doing a live streaming. You ask questions in the chat related to reincarnation. What does it mean? How does it work? Etc. They're going to answer to your questions. And then we will try to do a live meditation together. For those of you who are not live right now, don't worry. Right after I finish the live streaming, the video gets automatically saved on my YouTube account and it gets posted automatically. Okay, so you can always watch it later if you don't make it live. And remember to please like, share, subscribe. Remember that most of my readings are oriented toward my subscribers. So they may not necessarily make sense to you unless you are subscribed. And if you are watching my monthly videos, make sure that you always listen for your rising sign and also for your moon sign. Okay, so I'm going to start with a special prayer. I will close with a special prayer. A portion of the prayer is going to be silent. And remember that at first we're going to get questions. And then during the meditation part, remember that you have to have your eyes closed all the time. So allow me to take a deep breath. That was a lot of talking. So as I said, I have a few notes prepared a little bit ahead of time. However, I'm still going to open the records live and see what else will transpire. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. A Holy Spirit of God, help me to know reincarnation in the light of the Akashic Records, to see reincarnation through the eyes of the Lord of the Records, and enable me to share the wisdom and compassion that the masters, teachers, and loved ones of reincarnation have for them. Help me to know reincarnation. The records are now open. So please take a deep breath. Okay. And let's see what they are revealing about the reincarnation. What is the purpose of reincarnation, and does it happen to everybody? So that's the question. And they're saying every single soul who is now walking on earth has been reincarnated hundreds or thousands of times. Every single soul is an old soul. At the very origin, at the very creation, a lot of souls were made, so a lot of new souls, because they needed souls to populate Earth. After Earth was populated enough, the source, the God, divine, universe, however your perception of it is, wasn't necessarily anymore to create new souls. The difference is that some people have been reincarnated a lot more times than other people. So in that regard, some souls have been reincarnated maybe fewer times versus our other souls who identify themselves very strongly as as an old soul. You have been reincarnated in numerous amounts of time. You decide, you have a say, you have a choice of being reincarnated. Reincarnation doesn't just happen. You are a major part of deciding when and how you are going to be reincarnated. Okay? Typically, and this is not a rule written in stones, because there are saying that there are going to be exceptions to the rule, because reincarnation works on personal basis. Every soul is different. Okay, but generally speaking, it takes between 100 to 200 years for a soul to be reincarnated again on planet Earth. Understand that the universe is immense. There are other solar systems. Our solar system is not the only one. So there are numerous planets out there in the universe. There are a lot of dimensions, and our perception of time is very limited. Time is very different how we perceive time on Earth. Okay, and how the divine time, or how timing in the spiritual sense, okay, exists. So every soul gets reincarnated within 100 to 200 years, and this will also be based on the personal situation of each and every soul, okay? And you have a saying as to whom you like to be born to. You choose the family in which you like to be born. You have a saying in choosing your parents. Okay, so you choose your parents before you are born. And in some special cases, there are some souls who feel very strongly about their grandparents. So there are other souls who decide who their grandparents are going to be before they are reincarnated. So some souls feel really strongly to choose their parents, and other souls feel very strongly to choose their grandparents. But also, before, let's say, your parents are reincarnated, they also have a choice. They also have a say whether they agree to be your parent or not. So both parties, the child and the parent, will be asked before reincarnation. Everything gets they're saying that everything needs to be regenerated, just like spring. Okay, in winter, after winter, just like the seasons, after winter comes spring, and in spring it's time for everything to be regenerated. Okay, and that's basically what happens to a soul. After you die, when you cross over on the other side, every single soul needs some kind of healing. And this has nothing to do whether you have been a good soul or a bad soul. This is something that we as humans, we have this perception. We divide things as black or white, as right or wrong, as good or bad. Okay, this is our perception of it. Okay, every single soul, as we cross over on the other side, when we die, we have to go through another procedure. We have to go through another healing to prepare us for this transition. Okay, to prepare the soul for this transition, transitioning from being alive, transitioning now to simply being an energy without a body. Okay, a soul is an energy without a physical body, without a physical dimension. A lot of souls, when they cross the other side, they get healing. Is very, very similar to therapy that you would have with a psychologist. Okay, it's very, very similar to that. Some souls may need a little bit more of an intensive training or an intensive healing. Some other souls maybe not so much. But again, you decide, you have a saying, when you are ready to be reincarnated, you will be asked again. You will be asked and you will be offered a few times when you are ready to be reincarnated. If you are now ready to be reincarnated or not. So it's not like you're going to miss your chance. So you get reincarnated when you are ready. And the purpose of these reincarnations is for the soul to have as many experiences as possible. One lifetime equals one experience. Okay, so the purpose is for the soul to experience, to have an experience after an experience after an experience. And having these experiences, being reincarnated, is meant to enlighten your soul. As a human being, your soul was blessed with the ability of free will and free choice. So in each and every lifetime that you get reincarnated, you are meant to learn how you can use your free will to achieve the greater good, to achieve your own personal greater good, but also to use your free will so you can contribute to the humanity globally. So that you can contribute in a positive way to the lives of other people around you. Being reincarnated is a huge testing time for every soul because nothing is written in stone. You don't have things or like rules, or you don't have steps like 1, you have to do this, 2, you have to do this. You don't have specific rules to follow. You have this free will, okay? That angels don't have free will. Other energetic entities don't have free will. Their roles are very, very specified, okay? Versus with human beings, you get to define your role. You get to have choices, and you get to define your role in each and every life. You get to define what will be the purpose of each and every lifetime, and how this lifetime is contributing to the higher purpose of your soul, because in each and every lifetime you have a purpose, okay? And combining each and every lifetime and the purpose that you had in each and every lifetime, that's the higher purpose of your soul. So that's how you get enlightened, okay? The purpose is for the soul of a human soul, in other words, to be enlightened as much as you can in each and every lifetime. It's not all, yes, Queen of Water, it's not only about learning a lesson, it's also about having the rewards. A past lifetime may reward you in your current lifetime. It is also not necessary to learn a lesson, but maybe you ask to meet specific people in your life. Maybe you ask to have specific situations in your life, okay? And that's why you get reincarnated. Okay, so that these things that you have agreed or that you asked to have before you were reincarnated are going to happen. And on top of that, okay, you also have your free will. You also have your free choice. For example, some people ask to have a life full of dancing, full of parties, with tons of friends and tons of family events, okay? And thus you get reincarnated, so that can happen, okay? Some other people, for example, did ask before they got reincarnated to have a life full of travel, to have a life when they get to know and meet people from different kinds of cultures, to experience, you know, food from all different kinds of countries, okay? So you get also reincarnated, so you can experience these things that you did ask. When do they actually stop reincarnating? Is it a choice or after a completion of all experiences? They are saying that the only souls that are not allowed to be reincarnated are those souls who have committed big crimes, big sins, that have committed something atrocious, that have deeply, deeply hurted in different ways other human beings. Those souls are the only souls that are not allowed to be reincarnated, okay? Until they get a full forgiveness from each and every soul that they have hurted. For example, they are dictators throughout the history of different countries, okay? They were very bad to their people. They did massive killings, or maybe serial killers or serial rapists. So these kind of people, or maybe who placed bombs and they killed thousands of people. Now, these souls don't have a choice. These souls don't have a choosing as on reincarnation. They have to get forgiveness from each and every soul that they have destroyed, each and every soul that they have hurted, harmed when they were alive. Until that happens, these souls are not allowed to be reincarnated. Okay? They have been, for example, I'm going to mention maybe Caligula. It's a historical figure. He was a dictator, one of the very first dictators from the Roman Empire times. So we're talking about BC, before Christ, okay? And this soul has committed atrocious crimes, Okay, you can always Google about it, or maybe you remember from your history class. So each and every soul, for example, that Caligula has heard it, they need to forgive him. Until he gets the forgiveness of each and every soul, he's not allowed to be reincarnated. Napoleon wasn't so good either, okay? He was a mixed figure, good, bad, a combination of both, okay? Even when it comes to him, for example, his soul, he needs to get the forgiveness of each and every soul that he did hurt. And not to mention Hitler. Hitler also is one of the souls that he needs to get forgiveness from each and every soul that he harmed. Understand that we are talking also about the systems that these souls had in order, because they did not have to kill somebody in person, but they had systems. They gave orders, okay? They created systems to control people, to harm people, to kill people. So those souls are not allowed to be reincarnated. Understand that the idea that you have about heaven and about hell is very different, okay? Every soul deserves to be healed when they cross over, but at the same time, it takes time for them to prepare them to be a better human being. If they were not such a good human being and they harmed other people, they need to go through courses, training, classes, healing, and they have to go through the process of getting the forgiveness of each and every soul that they harmed before they are allowed to be reincarnated. So there is this dimension in heaven where, so to speak, these souls need to stay there until this process of forgiveness is fully done. Okay, and that's the dimension when they're stuck. Okay, so they're not allowed to be reincarnated. That's the difference between the idea that you, as a human being, have about hell and how it is in reality. Okay, so you may also decide, every soul also has the choice and the option of you never want to be reincarnated again. Okay, so do you understand now how very different is the idea of hell from what the Akashic records are revealing to us right now? You, again, as a soul, have a choice, and you decide that you decided to stop reincarnating, and this is it for you. Okay, so they're not going to make that decision for you. You make that decision. You can be reincarnated as a man or as a woman. When it comes to what gender you are going to be reincarnated, again, that the situation is going to be very different, because that works on individual basis. For some individuals, they are going to give you the green light, and you are going to be given the choice whether you are going to be reincarnated as a man or as a woman. There are going to be other souls that maybe they need to be a specific gender because they need to learn important lessons based on what they did in one of their past lifetimes. Okay, that choice may be yours or not yours anymore. Okay, so based on what lessons you need to learn and what you need to achieve, and also based on what you need to achieve. Okay, because you don't have to necessarily do something bad for them to decide that this is not going to be your choice anymore. You're going to be reincarnated as a man or as a woman. It's also connected to what are you meant to achieve in this lifetime. What kind of body do you need to have? A feminine body or a masculine body? And again, each and every soul has been reincarnated hundreds, thousands of lifetimes. You have a karmic connection with each and every person in your life. Each and every person in your life, you have met them in a different lifetime. You get reincarnated in each and every time with people. Sometimes you get reincarnated with the same 5 people. There's going to be other lifetimes when you get reincarnated with the same 20 people. You don't get reincarnated with the same people all the time. You take turns reincarnating together. And also, karma doesn't work only by a soul being reincarnated. There's also the place that you may end up living. Maybe you are born in a different country. You end up living in a different country. Or maybe you're born east and you move south. Okay, there's also karma about the places that you end up visiting. There's also karma with places that you end up traveling to. There's also karma with places that you end up living, whether this is a temporarily living situation or long term. It's not unusual for a group of souls to be reincarnated together, and then for some reason they end up moving in the same area. Okay, that also happens. And thus, that is why the expression, the world is small, exists. You could be from Europe and maybe you live in the United States or Australia, and you are always going to be able to connect with a community of people from the same country. Okay, maybe you're from Poland and you live in Australia, and you get, connected with other people from Poland who live in Australia. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, so understand that you also have karma. You also karma with a place when you're going to end up to travel, to be born, to travel, or to live. Okay. Okay, what else we need to talk about? So also understand that every soul, when you are born, you have a highest purpose of your soul. So it's very important that another reason why you are reincarnated is that you need to achieve the highest purpose of your soul. Okay? And also when you are born, as I mentioned also in previous live streamings, there's a group of angels assigned to you. There's a group of spirit guides assigned to you, but there's also a group of cheerleaders. Every single soul has cheerleaders, and they do cheer for you. Okay? These cheerleaders, very often, it's a group of family members, loved ones, friends that maybe have crossed over, and on the other side, now they are cheering for you. Understand that the group of cheerleaders, they're not allowed to intervene or to interfere in your life. They are here to cheer you up, to uplift your soul. So for example, every time that you decide to get a reading, okay, they are always going to be there present, okay? Or if you are a reader yourself, for example, me, I'm a light worker, I do Akashic readings. When I do Akashic reading for a client, okay, I start the reading, and the way it happens for me, I do find myself, for example, this is like, it feels like it's a part of your imagination. I do find myself in, how should I put this? Remember thousands and thousands of years ago in BC, in the Roman Empire, when people used to go to the stadium and there was the king, people sitting on the steps. We call them amphitheater, okay? And that's how it feels. It feels like they're all around me, okay? It's like the stadium is around. It feels like they're all around me, and me and my client are right on the center, and everybody else is listening to, okay? Or maybe they're applauding, or maybe they're cheering for me. This is my experience. This is how it feels to me. And these are the cheerleaders all around you. I hope that this is making sense to you guys. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? Do you have any comments or maybe other questions? Okay, they're asking me to get ready to get some questions before we move forward to the meditation part. And I don't see the chat moving, so I don't know if you have questions. Okay, so I hope that made sense to you with the reincarnation. Can you reincarnate as a dog? That one is a complicated question, they're saying, because understand that only human beings are given free will. If you get reincarnated as a dog or as another animal, you don't have the free choice anymore. And that again works on personal basis. Based on your personal situation, you as a soul, you may get reincarnated as another person, a man or a woman. Very rarely, very, very rarely, they're saying very rarely, a person would be reincarnated in the form of an animal, in the form of a pet. That would happen in very extraordinary circumstances. Again, understand that this works on individual basis. And sometimes what happens with animals is sometimes they can be reincarnated as a dog. Maybe in another lifetime they get reincarnated as a zebra. Maybe in another lifetime they get reincarnated as a wild cat. Okay, so this is what happens with animal. Understand, mad love, that the altar is already in your heart. As long as you connect from your heart chakra, everything is possible. You don't have to physically set up an altar or to do anything else. It needs to come from your heart, and it needs to happen on a place when you are calm, you're not stressing, and you know what you are doing. Okay? Queen of Water, yes, we choose a twin flame, but understand they are also going to ask your twin flame. They're going to say to your twin flame, let's say Queen of Water has chose you. Do you agree to be her twin flame as well? Okay. Now, you don't know the answer, whether they agreed to that or not. But what we know is that because you have chosen a specific soul to be your twin flame in this lifetime, you are going to meet them. You're going to cross paths. And then what happens is to be determined. Understand that this is not something that is written in stone. Okay? When you ask to be married or to have a love relationship with specific people, they will also be asked. So both of you, whether you ask for them or whether the other person asks for you, okay, that means that both of you will be given a chance to kind of meet in this lifetime, and then they will see how this will happen. Some of these twin flame relationships are not meant to be long term, are not meant to be, a forever marriage, because one of you has to learn a lesson. Something karmically here needs to happen. That's the purpose of the two of you meeting. Okay, before maybe you can move forward to meet the one, your true love, the one with whom you're really going to marry, be happy for the rest of your life. So understand, the purpose of love is to find true happiness with someone. Okay, and that's the purpose of marriage, to find true happiness with someone. People can be married forever to the same person, doesn't mean that they are happy. Okay, so these are separate. Marriage and happiness and love are separate. That would be, they're saying is one soul per human body. So you don't share a soul, but what happens is that you have been reincarnated together in so many other lifetimes. Okay, and you know each other so well that to you it feels like you're sharing the same soul, because you have been reincarnated lifetime after lifetime after lifetime together, and you know each other so well. It feels so familiar to each other, and that's why people think like that. So they're saying it's already determined, it's one soul per human body. The increase in the war, I don't understand your question. People people give birth and they multiply. So I don't understand your question exactly. So in regards to that, they say that they don't make new souls anymore. It's the same souls being reincarnated, being born again, and then being born again. And the moment that you are born, then based on who you are born to and their genes, then you yourself get to find out what color are your eyes, how tall are you, Okay, the color of your hair, I don't know, the size of your nose, how big or small is your mouth. When you are born, then you find out what kind of features you get from your parents. Because it's the same soul, but the body is different. In every lifetime, the body changes. That is not something that somebody intentionally chooses to be hurt. Nobody intentionally chooses to be raped, to be, I don't know, killed, or other things like that. Nobody intentionally chooses that. And they're saying, understand, because human beings have free will and not everything is written in stone. This is not something determined, at least not in every case. Again, this works in individual cases. Okay, because understand, no human being would intentionally choose to be hurted in some ways when they are alive. Also, for those of you who do find to have a very difficult relationship with one of your parents, maybe one of your parents was abusive, maybe one of your parents neglected you, maybe they weren't emotionally supportive, or maybe they couldn't provide financially for you even though they loved you, or maybe, I don't know, one of your parents was an alcoholic or schizophrenic, or in other words, they something was happening with them, so they couldn't take care of you. Okay, understand that you and your parents on the other side as a soul, you are just perfect. So you're perfect. You don't have these issues of alcoholism or depression or anger or abuse. Okay, you as a soul are healed and your parent is healed, and both of you like each other and you agreed to be father or mother and child. But when you get reincarnated, also understand that you get reincarnated to a specific family. So you're going to have, you don't have a choice in how your eyes are going to be or how tall you're going to be. And also there are the things that are genetically passed on. Okay, from one generation to another generation. There's the immune system, disorders, for example, being transmitted through genes, other things being transmitted through genes, other diseases. So do you understand now that when you make your choice, that soul that you choose doesn't have any problems? But then when we get reincarnated, because every soul has a free choice, you don't know how they're going to use their free choice. You don't know that they're going to end up, for example, being bad to you or being an alcoholic, whether this is a parent that you choose or a love partner to you or a sister, a sibling, a friend. I don't know. Okay, whatever soul you choose, understand, once they cross on the other side, they are healed again. It's a familiar place to us. And in that dimension, we are perfect. We don't have these problems. Okay, so that's why things don't always go right on Earth, on the planet, because some people don't know how to use their free will. They don't do it on purpose. Some people do it on purpose. They don't have control over you. Do you understand that? So they don't have control over you because they give you free will. God doesn't control every single aspect of your life because God gave you control. Okay, gave you free will to control. So you have some control over your life. Okay. So now we are going to get ready for a little meditation. Okay. So please, during this portion now, please close your eyes. We are going to keep the eyes closed all the time. I'm going to guide you through this meditation. It's very important that you keep your eyes closed. It's also very important that you understand not everybody's going to get like a mental picture. It's about what kind of feelings, how you're going to feel. It's about, as I'm guiding you through the meditation, what are you feeling in that moment? It's a certain sense of knowing. To you, it's going to feel like the information is so light that it feels like, hey, you are creating this story in your mind. No, you cannot be three people in the same lifetime. You can only be one person in one lifetime. That was a question for Taurus, May 16. So, Sagishiva, I'm going to guide everybody now through a meditation, and you're going to get your own answers through the meditation. If you happen to have specific questions, you need to contact me for a private reading, okay, to get your answers. And understand, not every answer is meant to be public. Maybe I do have the answer for some of you, but it's not meant to be public. It's meant to be private. Okay. Okay, so get ready to close your eyes, okay? Close your eyes, okay? Close your eyes. As I am beginning to count, with each and every count, your eyes are going to get heavy. Your body is going to get heavier and heavier, okay? Okay, so close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Another one, breathe in light, breathe out darkness. 8, your eyes are getting heavier. 7, your eyes are getting even heavier. 6, your body is getting so heavy. You may need to lean in your chair or in your sofa or in your bed or in your couch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take another deep breath. Breathe in light. Breathe out darkness. Keep your eyes closed. Ask to be directed to a past lifetime that connects to a very specific question that you have. If you don't have a specific question, ask to be directed to a lifetime that connects to a very specific circumstance in your life. Remember to breathe. The more you breathe, the more you are going to connect. Are you getting a feeling of the land around you? Are you getting a feeling of what century you are? Are you getting a feeling of whether you are a man or a woman? Are you getting a feeling of other people around you? Where are you? Is there any food in front of you? What kind of food is it? Do you smell anything? Are you smelling cooking? Are you smelling flowers in a field? Are you smelling a perfume? What kind of smells? You're sniffing. What are you sniffing? What do you see around you? Do you get a feeling? Is it a heavy feeling? Is it an uplifting feeling? Are you dancing? Are you happy? Are you crying? Are you shown something traumatic? Remember that you are protected. Anything that could be harmful to you won't ever be revealed to you. They are only going to show you the lifetime or lifetimes that you allow them to, that you are ready now to accept, to see, okay, to open your heart to. What is happening in this lifetime? Where do you live? Do you live by yourself? Do you live with other people? Take another deep breath. Another one. Remember to relax. This is going to feel like you're creating a story in your mind. Okay? Focus on your feeling. If you don't know if anything is happening, ask the records to show you this lifetime in the form of a movie. Okay? Click on the play button. Play this movie. Breathe. Watch the movie. You may ask them to show you a picture. Ask them to show you a picture, a photography, a photo. So ask them to show you this lifetime in a form that easily makes sense to you. If it makes sense to you to read the newspaper, and you're going to read your story in a newspaper, ask them to show you the newspaper. Ask them to show you a magazine, an email, okay? Ask them to show you this lifetime in a form that easily makes sense to you. Breathe in, breathe out. You are about to hear a second bell. Are you ready to hear the second bell? So eyes closed all the time. Eyes closed. 8. You're getting heavier and heavier, okay? Almost like falling asleep. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath. We breathe in light. We breathe out darkness. Breathe in light. Breathe out darkness. Breathe in light. Breathe out darkness. Ask to be shown what is the highest purpose of your soul. You are in charge, and you may ask them how you would like to receive the information, the answer to your question. They maybe show it to you in a movie, in a video, in a written text, in a picture, in a drawing, in a painting, however makes sense to you. Breathing again. Out. What is the highest purpose of your soul? What is the strongest desire, wish that your soul has? Ask them to show you what are your unique talents, abilities, skills that you are meant to use in this lifetime. Ask them, what can you do to achieve the highest purpose of your soul? How are you meant to live this life? What are you meant to achieve in this life? What do you need for your soul to feel fulfilled, to feel satisfied, to feel in every nook, every cranny, every corner of your soul? What do you need? What do you need to let the light in your soul sparkle bright like a shiny star? What do you need? What does your soul need to sparkle, to shine bright like a star? Ask them to show you what kind of a special talent, ability, skill you are meant to use right now in this moment of your life, in this time of your life, right now. What is it that you are meant to use? Whether it is for your personal pleasure, whether it is something that you need to apply to your work, or whether it is about the higher purpose of your soul. What skill, talent, ability you need to use right now? What is it that you need to do right now? And that's going to be your baby step in order for you to achieve the higher purpose of your soul. Breathe in, breathe out. Remember that you are in charge. You get to choose and decide how you want them to answer to you. Pay attention to how you feel. What do you notice? Is it uplifting? Is it a heavy feeling? Do you see clouds? Do you see a sun shining? How do you feel? Your soul would never lie to you. Your soul knows the answers. You are the same soul being reincarnated life after life after life. Through other past lifetimes, you have accumulated so much knowledge.